Gustavo Mustache, and here with us is Rue from District 11.
Hello.
Now, Rue, we have a couple questions for you. Would you like to tell us a brief description about your background?
My name is Rue. I am the oldest of 6 children. I am from and currently live in District 11.
What would you consider a normal day for you?
Typically, I'd work from sunrise to sunset, along with all the other members in my district. On my spare time, I'd like to climb trees, and if I could, I'd hang out with my siblings.
Don't lie. Do you get along with your siblings?
For the most part, yes. I'm kind of like always around them. Well, my parents are both working. I'm the one taking care of them, so you can say that we do get along pretty well.
Rue, do you like living in District 11?
I don't dislike living in District 11. Do I wish that we didn't live in poverty? Yes. But I feel that living there has made me who I am today, and I'm definitely proud of it.
Growing up, did you ever fear your name being called in the reaping?
I knew that my name would be put in the reaping, and there's always that thought in the back of my mind that I could be chosen, but you don't really start fearing it until you hear your name and your district.
When you started the Hunger Games, what were your thoughts consist of?
I didn't think much of anything else besides the games, and, well, my family, of course. I just knew that I wanted to win, and I wanted to do it for my district, and I just wanted to get through it.
Did you think you could potentially win the Hunger Games going in?
I didn't know what to think. It was like my body was in Panem, but my mind was in space. I just knew that I wanted to win.
For the tribute parade, you had a lovely outfit. What was your outfit inspired by?
My goal for how I dressed was to represent the farmers and the district I'm from. I feel every tribute had to represent where they're from in some way, and I think that farming is the best way to represent us.
What would you consider some of your skills?
I'm very good at climbing trees. Well, and jumping from tree to tree. I mean, I could climb a tree probably bigger than you can possibly imagine. I mean, I'm really just good at getting through treetops.
Do you think you have an advantage in the games because of your ability to climb trees?
Definitely. I feel like every tribute could easily kill someone or an animal, but I wasn't much of a killer. I mean, I could move around quick without being seen, so I guess you can say that being able to move around without actually being on the floor is a pretty good advantage.
Other than climbing trees, do you have any other talent or hobby?
Okay, I love singing. My greatest joy is music. I mean, I could whistle a 4-note song, and so I guess my other talent would be to sing.
Going into the games, what did you expect?
I expected it to be the worst time of my life. I thought within the first week that half of the contestants would be dead, but really I just expected a massive killing spree.
Okay. What did you think of all the tributes when you first seen them?
I didn't think much of any of them, really. I mean, I was there, well, we were all there to kill one another, not really to make friends, but you could say that me becoming friends with Katniss was definitely just a blessing.
What was your main focus during the game?
Well, during the games, there wasn't really a day going by where I didn't think of my family. I wanted to know if they're okay. I wanted to know what they were doing. I wanted to know if they missed me. I just wanted to be with them again. But I did focus on winning, and I just really wanted to win.
What did you think your family's reaction was when watching you in the Hunger Games?
Well, my family has always been very loving towards me. They've always cared about me, so I know that they were worried because I know that they knew what could possibly happen to me in the games. But at the same time, I do know that they were cheering me on the whole time.
How would you rate your surviving skills?
I don't think my survival skills were as great as all the other tributes, but I am quite intelligent, so I did survive for quite a while. But you can say that Katniss was a very big help.
How do you feel about your relationship with Katniss?
Katniss and I had a very loving relationship. She cared for me deeply, and I did share my entire life with her. I am definitely grateful for having her by my side in the games.
Can you describe your mutt?
Okay, my mutt appeared at the end of the games. He was a small, brown wolf mutt. He was very loyal, but he did once try to kill Katniss.
Do you think your life would be different if you were never called in the reaping?
Definitely. I was terrified going into the game, but I did learn a lot from it. I'm not as afraid anymore, and I did kind of learn how to survive, but I mean, I learned how to survive while everybody around me wants to kill me.
Last question. Do you have any future plans?
No set plans, really. I just want to take life slow and just really enjoy my youth while I still have it. And I definitely want to practice my survival skills a little more.
That wraps our interview with Rue from District 11. Rue, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back with Primrose from District 12 after this quick commercial.
So, many of you are probably wondering, where can I get a groovy mustache like Gustavo Mustaches? Well, these mustaches are now available at the Hunger Games souvenir store. Or call now at 1-800-MUSTACHE to get yours for $19.99 and another one half off. And if you wanted to know where you can get a unibrow like the one that I had, like this, call now at 1-800-UNIBROW. Hello. As you can tell, Gustavo Mustache is not here. He had an unexpected call in the 75th annual Hunger Game reaping, so he will not be with us no longer. I am your substitute host, Gustavo Unibrow. Today we have 12-year-old Primrose Everdeen from District 12.
Hello everybody. Thank you.
So Prim, how are you?
Good.
Okay, so Prim, can you give me a brief description of your background?
Well, my name is Primrose Everdeen. I'm from District 12. I'm 12 years old and I'm Katniss' younger sibling.
Okay, Prim. So can you tell me, what would a normal day for you consist of?
Well, I help around the house doing chores. I also help my mother with sick patients that are brought to her.
Oh, good. You have very useful time. So, Prim, how is your relationship between you and your mother?
You could say it's okay. Well, I mean, we both like working with sick patients and healing them. It was better before my father had passed away.
Oh, I see. It must be tough. So, how was your relationship with your father before he died?
Well, Katniss was the one that was really close to my father. I really don't remember much. My father had passed away when I was young, really young.
So, can you describe to me what happened to your father?
My father worked in coal mining. One day during his job, there was an explosion, and he was down there working, and nobody was around to help him out, or even to help the people he was with.
So, how is it like growing up without a father?
Life got really complicated. I mean, he was the only person to provide for us. After he passed away, Katniss had to be the bigger person and provide for my family. Again.
What is it like living in District 12?
I mean, you could say it's bad because we're one of the poorest districts, but other than that, I like living around hardworking people.
Did you ever wish to live in a different district?
I like living in District 12. I mean, it has made me the person who I am now.
So, Prim, we all know that Katniss has many skills. Can you tell us any of yours?
Well, I'm not a hunter, that's for sure. Unlike her, I could face nudity and wounds. Well, I guess you could say I'm a good healer.
Do you have any pets?
I have a goat named Lady who I healed myself with my mother. I also have a cat named Buttercup.
So, could you say that your goat is any help to your family?
Yes, you could say my goat's a great help to my family. I mean, it provides for us. It provides milk and cheese.
So, how did you feel about your name being in the reaping for the first time?
I knew eventually my name was going to get put in there. I mean, my greatest fear was actually getting picked out of the reaping. I even started having nightmares about it.
So when your name actually was called, how did you feel?
Once they announced my name, Primrose Everdeen, I felt like that was it. That was the end of me. I mean, I felt like my heart had dropped all the way to my feet.
Did you expect for your sister to volunteer for you?
I was surprised. I mean, once she said, I volunteer to be a tribute, I didn't expect nobody to volunteer. I mean, I was just going to go up there and fight.
So, Prim, did you ever wish that you went to the Hunger Games instead of Katniss?
Of course, I never wanted her to leave. I even tried to stop her, but I got pulled away. Every single time I saw her fight for her life, I wondered how it would have been if that was me. I wanted to be the one fighting for my life.
If your sister wouldn't have volunteered, do you think that you would have won the Hunger Games?
Of course not. I would have been the first one dead. I would have been an easy target.
When seeing the other tributes, did you ever think that Katniss had a chance against those other tributes?
I mean, they were much bigger than her, but I knew Candace was way smarter and had great hunting skills. I knew she was going to try her best. She had a chance because she had to fight for me. She had promised me she would come back for me.
When watching the Hunger Games, how did you feel when you had to see Katniss fight for her life?
At times, I thought to myself, this is it. This is the end of her, but I had faith for her. I knew she was going to kill him somehow or her somehow. I knew she was going to come home to me.
How did you feel when your sister was announced a winner of the Hunger Games?
Once they announced her as one of the winners in the Hunger Games, I felt like I was relieved. I mean, it felt like a dream, but I knew it was real. I knew she had won the Hunger Games. I knew my life was going to be different. I knew we weren't going to have to starve to death no more. I was happy that she had won.
Okay, Prim, last question. If your sister didn't win the Hunger Games, what do you think would have happened to your life and your family?
If Candace would have never had won the Hunger Games, I think my life would have been ruined. I mean, my mother and me would have died eventually by starving to death because Candace was the only one who provided for our family.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up our interview with Primrose Everdeen.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Prim. It's always a pleasure. This wraps up the entire show. So, until next time, I am your second host, Gustavo Udibro. And I will see you guys next week.
Bloopers.
Okay.
Life got complicated. I mean, he was the only person to provide for our family. After he passed away at Hannes.
Come on! This tree is urinating on me. Yeah. Yeah.
And my family.
She's in the video. Let's go again.
It's my mother.
Try to zoom in.
Zoom in.
We have Sloth over there.
Watering your plants
Bye.
next to a statue.
Come on, fool.
Alright. And if you wanted to know where you can get a groovy mustache,
What about the unibrow? We'll include the unibrow. Do another one?